Did I tell my husband that I cheated? I am a very honest female, and for me in a relationship, honesty is very important to me. So I always tell my husband, if I cheat on you, I'm going to tell you. That's how I feel like a married couple should be. It should be honesty. And so when I came back from this big, beautiful black man, I'm telling you, we walked on the beach with our toes. I can still remember my toes in the sand, the coat, everything I wanted to do in Mexico that week. I did it in one night with this man. And so that morning, because I didn't get back to morning, because at that point I gave zero what anybody, including my ex, had to say about me. He was my ex-husband at this point. So I came back to the room, and of course this boy is doing some he locked the hotel door, like he bolted the locks, right? So I'm knocking on the door, banging on the door, and I'm just happy at this point. It just felt like I just got a happy shot. When I went to Mexico, I was low. This is my first time since I was 35 years old, so I felt great at this point. At this point, I walk inside the hotel room, and my ex, he couldn't tell me not a thing. And I'm like, you know what? I cheated on you. And I told him everything. He said he didn't care. I'm like, cool.
So at this point, you really just said that just to return some type of hurt. Because it wasn't about you being honest at this point. Were you honest? Sure. But you weaponized your honesty to make him feel how you say that you felt because of the things that he did or the way that he treated you or whatever you say. I don't know. Listen, him locking the door. If you were out somewhere, I would have been looking for you.
It's because you love me.
Right. But the thing is, if you left and disappeared all night and then came back knocking on the door,
you would not have left me out there.
I ain't unlocking the door.
Stop the foolishness. You wouldn't have left me. You wouldn't even put that. You wouldn't have gone to bed. Let's just be honest about the situation.
I would not have. But again, obviously there's something else afoot in this situation because
they were both being petty.
Yeah. And I'm going to say that I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I have no way of being able to tell this, but I don't know if it was hard for her to cheat in this scenario because maybe she could have possibly cheated before. I don't know if this is true or not, but I don't know what else drove them to this point. And maybe that wasn't the issue. Maybe she hadn't cheated before, but your mind was surely wide open and accepting of it because God apparently sent this man to you.
He didn't. He did not. That's not how they work.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of unanswered questions about what their relationship was prior to this trip. I am very curious as to why they even went on this trip.
If it was in this type of state.
Was it an attempt to rekindle the relationship? Was it something that was previously planned? It's non-refundable and we already had these issues at home, but we still going on this trip because I done paid for it.
Well, even with that though, if he's telling her not to talk to him, I have to assume that he probably would have been like, yeah, I ain't going on this doggone trip. Because what else was he doing? She basically, I don't know. I can't remember if she said this or not, but he was in the room. What else was he doing?
I don't know. I have no answers for that. He wasn't your ex-husband. I can tell you that right now. Y'all were still married. I cannot say if he was wrong in his treatment of you. Well, yes, I can, because regardless of whatever you did, you did or did not do to quote unquote cause him to treat you like that, it doesn't justify the treatment. The simple resolution is if you don't want to be married anymore, let's get a divorce.
100.
If we can't work it out, we can't go to counseling, we have tried, the conversation, it's not working, then at this point, let's just dissolve this. Let's not put each other through this turmoil. But yeah, she definitely weaponized the cheating. He weaponized the hotel room by locking her out, though.
He did.
it was a lot of tit for tat pettiness going on.
It's
within that.
It's a level of immaturity.
100%, absolutely.
In this particular relationship that no one should be trying to.
They
imitate.
both have some growing up to do.
100%. I just,
and some healing.
Exactly. But you don't know what he has to heal from because
he still got to heal regardless.
No, I'm saying we don't know what he needs to heal
we don't.
from because clearly you don't get his side of the story. It might be somewhere online. I don't know because this is very, very one-sided. And, I would like to know the other side, not because I'm nosy, but because so many people look at this type of story and this type of content and they agree with it and then they try to apply it to their situation. When your situation is not the same, nor is it even in the same ballpark as this particular situation. And that's a problem that, a lot of people have with social media and these social media relationships. You're trying to compare your partner to something that you saw on social media within another relationship a lot of times, and it's killing your relationship because you're trying to live up to something. And this is with a good situation or a bad situation. You're trying to live up to something you saw on TikTok or on Instagram or YouTube, whatever, even on these doggone reality shows that ain't real scripted. You're trying to live up to this and you're trying to compare to this, but you're not the same. You're destroying your own relationship.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have nothing else.
Well, final part. Peace.
Night.